Hi everyone! Thanks for stopping by. Welcome back to my channel if you've been around for a while, and welcome to my channel if you're new. So I have been reading a lot more at least recently. In a previous video I talked about how I've been a bibliophile pretty much my whole life, and over the past few years I've kind of fallen away from reading. And then I kind of got back into it, and then I fell away. Then I got back into it, and I'm back into it now. And I have done a little project to ensure that I continue reading because I have a lot of books. A lot of books, as you see here. Yeah, a lot of books, right? I have hundreds of books, and of these books, I can tell you that I haven't read a good chunk of them. I categorize my books by nonfiction and fiction in my bookcases, and I like it that way. The system I've developed is based off of something I saw Natasha from My Reading is Odd. If you don't know who she is, I'll post a link below in the description box. Anyway, she's someone that I watch occasionally, and she does a lot of like BookTube, reading, book review types of videos, and I found that they're really cool. I didn't even know that this YouTube community existed. So woo for bibliophiles. She came up with this really cool concept to essentially choose books from her shelf that she hasn't read yet, and they're called TBRs, TBRs for short. And she came up with this idea to write them on a piece of paper and then used some sort of origami to make a star or some shape, and then she draws them out of a box, and it's kind of cool. I didn't have time or patience to sit there and make stars, so instead I made these little triangles. That's the same kind of triangle shape that I made in school when I used to pass out notes to friends in class, you know, sneaking them under the desk. I would, at least all of us who are cool, use the triangle method. Here I just have this random container that needed to be recycled, but I figured this would serve a great purpose here. So I threw all of the triangles into this. It's a lot of triangles. It took me like 4 or 5 hours to make them all. I had to go to my bookcase and identify which books I have not read yet from both fiction and nonfiction, and then I wrote them, cut out slips of paper, wrote the books down, folded each of those little slips into a little triangle. So now I'm going to finally decide which book I'm going to read next. But before I do that, I want to show you which book I just finished reading. This probably comes to no surprise because a lot of people are reading this right now, but it's Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. And this was a Christmas present from my friend Cassandra, and when I got it, I was ecstatic because at work we've been talking about doing some sort of book club, and a lot of people were interested in doing one around this book, and I was going to purchase it, and thankfully I did because I got it as a gift. So yay, thank you Cassandra. I finished reading it, if you're watching anyway. It's obviously an autobiography or memoir of her life, set into 3 stages of life. How she became to be is the first part of the book, and then how she and Barack Obama met and got married and created their family, and then how he moved up in political ranks and how he became president, and then life in the White House and what that looked like, and then now what they're looking to achieve now that they're no longer in the White House. So I'll leave it there. I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of the book. If you're interested, you can read it. I'll have a link below if you're interested in checking out the Amazon link. Yes, it is an affiliate link, and I do make a small commission if you buy from my link, but you are under no obligation to do so. And anyway, you can always just go to Amazon.com or for your favorite bookseller and buy it there. But anyway, it's there if you want to support my channel. Another aspect of this book that I liked is that there are photos in here. I'll admit that the first few chapters of the book were a little dry. It took me a while to get into, but then once it got into more of her adult life, that's where I found myself more drawn in. I just found that her adulthood resonated more for me, particularly with the corporate America type of badassery. It's not even a word, but it's a word for this video. This kind of badass chick, you know, who's doing amazing things and also realizes her privilege in having education, and that's a big theme throughout the book, is her education and how that has impacted her life in the most rewarding and impactful way. And how education has opened doors and motivated her and given her access to opportunities that she otherwise would not have had. And another theme is that she's very humble, and I figure she was, but it was refreshing. You know, the book is about her, and she talks about this greater vision for America and about a lot of the themes that she has first lady, she has a wife, she has a mother, she has a friend, she as a daughter, she as a black woman. These themes that she experienced in life and how she views the world, and it's so hopeful. It's very refreshing, and it actually gave me hope for a lot of work that I do in trying to provide access to opportunities and applying equity to the work that I do and the opportunities I give to people, or the platform that I use to bring advocacy and awareness to a lot of issues that women in my company, for example, endure, including women of color. So it was just, I really appreciated reading this book. I think it's a great read. Despite your political beliefs, I think it's a good book and a good read for anyone, regardless of political affiliations, because you get to see life through the eyes of someone who considers herself privileged with that education and those opportunities and the lifestyle that they have, but also as someone who is a minority, who is a woman of color, who has this double standard as a black person and also as a woman, this two-edged sword, this double whammy of obstacles to overcome. So anyway, I'm not gonna ramble on anymore about the book. I think it's a good read. That's my January book of the month. So what's next? What is next on my TBR, or my to-read book list? So to give you an idea of what these colors stand for, pink and purple are fiction and green are nonfiction. So what kind of book will I be reading next? Aha! It is fiction. Oops. This is exciting because I have not read this book and I've owned it for who knows how long. And Explosive 18. Okay, so I've had this book for many years. I think this is by Janet Ivanovich. I have not read it yet, obviously. So, yay! I'm going to start reading Explosive 18 by Janet Ivanovich. Picture is here for your reference. So, I shall be back as soon as I finish this book, and then we'll keep doing these TBR little videos. Let me know in the comments below if you've read Becoming by Michelle Obama, and or if you've read Explosive 18. Don't give me any plot spoilers just yet, but let me know what your thoughts are, if you've read the books, if you think they're good. Yeah, and let me know if there's other types of videos you're interested in seeing on this channel. I talk about all sorts of random stuff, like corporate America, equity, belonging, and diversity, and hiring, recruiting. I could talk about that stuff if it's interesting to you. Or I could talk about marketing, or I could talk about how weird I am for talking to myself in a camera. Okay, that probably wasn't as funny as I thought it would be. I digress. It's time to go. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!